What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. So I hate to make two sort of negative videos in a row, and to be honest this video isn't really negative at all, it's just this is the truth. So I'm just going to go back to Cyberpunk really quick. I know everyone hates this Cyberpunk and Dying Light 2 comparisons, but I think there's a really big lesson we can learn from what happened with Cyberpunk. So everyone knows the game came out pretty much a flop. Last gen was just a total disaster. Performance was barely even functional. Everyone was saying how they misrepresented the gameplay. They didn't show that much last gen gameplay in the first place, which was very true. And then the whole thing kind of started where it's like, don't pre-order the game if you haven't seen gameplay yet. You can't do that. You have to see gameplay first. And I definitely do not disagree with that mindset. But if we come back to Dying Light 2, a lot of people are pre-ordering the game when they haven't seen last gen gameplay. All of the gameplay we've seen so far, I'm pretty sure has been PC gameplay. They haven't put any labels on it, so I'm just assuming it's PC. But the point I'm actually trying to make here is everyone was so mad after Cyberpunk came out. They were like, oh, we're never going to pre-order again. We're never going to do it again if we don't see last gen gameplay. But now we have Dying Light 2. A lot of people are expecting it to look exactly like it does on the trailers. And here we are again, people setting themselves up for the same failure that happened with Cyberpunk. Now, do I think this game is going to launch as terrible as Cyberpunk? Not even close. Do I think there's a chance on last gen that the frames might be kind of low to what even consoles compared to on last gen? Do I think the render distance might be kind of terrible, not as far as people would want? Do I think there's the possibility of a resolution downscale of 900p rather than 1080p? Absolutely. I think all of those things are very possible. The 900p thing, it might be a little far. I don't know if they're going to go that far, but I could see it happening. So we have Dying to Know 2 coming this Thursday. This would be the perfect opportunity for Techland to show last gen gameplay, and really there's no reason for them not to unless things are a little shaky. So really, just in my opinion, if last gen gameplay has any of these downgrades that I was talking about, if it has a noticeable difference, I think the farther out that Techland goes without giving us last gen gameplay, the more they're really going to hurt themselves. You know, there is the chance this game's going to run butter smooth on last gen, even though the graphics look extraordinary. Even though there's supposedly going to be no loading screens, there's going to be apparently an interior to every building. The map is a big city full of skyscrapers, densely populated buildings. Not to mention in general, just the very ambitious idea this game has. Choices affecting many different things in the city as well as gameplay. Multiple different endings, different factions in the game you can join, but it's just like, you get what I'm trying to say here. It comes to a point where this game has it all, really. And there's many people out there that would probably agree with me when I say this game might not run too great on last gen. There's other people that are going to say, well, they've been optimizing for a long time, it's going to run great. I tend to believe it's not going to run horrible, but it's not going to run as good as people want. And for people saying this is just Cyberpunk, this is just a one-off, it's only Cyberpunk. No, it's really not only Cyberpunk. We can go back to a game like Black Ops 3. PS3 and Xbox 360 version was just absolutely horrible, and the frames definitely weren't great either. Compared to the PS4 and Xbox One version, it looked like a different game. So this is not just some new problem with Cyberpunk that developers are having. And just to mention as well, Black Ops 3 wasn't necessarily a very ambitious game. It definitely had good graphics. It's just another Call of Duty really though besides that. I guess what I'm trying to say here is don't just blindly pre-order the game on last gen expecting it to look exactly like it does in the trailer. Maybe they'll do a good job and it'll look close. Maybe they'll do a worse job and it won't look as close. Only time will tell that, and that's why I'm really pushing, I guess with this video even, for Techland to show last gen gameplay. When you have pre-orders available for last gen, there's questions about whether it's going to look like the trailers. I think you need to get gameplay out as soon as possible before maybe you upset some people if the game doesn't look as great as it could. That's just my personal opinion though. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from with this one. I think a lot of people are really probably going to agree with me here. It's time for last gen gameplay. There's no need to wait longer when pre-orders are out. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.